What's up, everybody? This is Harry Bernard Taylor with my man, Michael King,
The Asian sensation.
and our man, Christopher Burton, will be back in, the People's Podcaster. But we're here to do another video for you and give you a rundown on what's happening in WWE this week. First, we're going to start off with NXT.
So I was actually looking forward to NXT primarily for Samoa Joe and Karrion Kross.
Yes.
So, and you know what? I like to change this whole thing up. I think I'd rather start with Raw because it happened on Monday.
Okay.
And that's specifically because of Karrion Kross.
Okay. We'll start with Raw. Raw Monday night. First thing happened, John Cena came out to a packed house. Got a very good reception.
Yep. So you kind of expected that with his appearance on Money in the Bank that he would kick off. So starting with this specifically, but show overall, it made me wonder if Raw, in light of ratings drops and that kind of stuff, if they are now going to start making it a little bit edgier than it's been in the past few years. Because I know they muted it out, but John Cena straight up called Roman Reigns an asshole.
Yes, he did, man.
All right.
He sure did.
And there is something else, I don't remember it right offhand, but there's something else later on in that episode that was a little edgy for Raw.
Right.
So I wonder if they're looking at their ratings and they're remembering how their cartoon era didn't really work out so well and how NWO forced them to get edgier. Now they're going to get a little bit edgier and try to regain some of their lost audience.
It had a little different atmosphere. I mean, it did have a little atmosphere, and they did some things different. And I'll talk about that a little bit later. But they did some things different than what they've been doing. The things they've been doing this past year. So I saw some different things, and it kind of reminded me of old Raw. So you could be right. And I think they kind of like riding the wave. They want to ride this wave while Cena is there, and and I think they want to build on SmackDown and build on Raw from Cena by him coming in and being able to help push Roman Reigns to maybe get him to that next level. I don't know if this is the kind of push to get Reigns. Maybe they want to push Reigns to where he can get a little bit into Hollywood or something like that. I don't know, but either way it go, it only could serve well for WWE, and only can build the brand and help get them back out into the public eye, because what you have is you just have such a small segment of the population now that's paying attention to, as far as the big two, WWE and AEW. Between those two, you're getting probably 3.5 million fans watching wrestling. But like I was talking to Chris earlier today, wrestling right now, what we have going on, we basically have 5 majors, because we have WWE, we have AEW, we got Impact, we have
Ring of Honor,
and we have NWA Power. And so and those other 3, they play as majors. But they're really minor when it comes to the top 2. But they're paying their wrestlers enough, and they're getting enough of an audience to where they can be considered a major player. So so they consider major. So there's a lot of wrestling going on today, and I think the audience is spread out. I do think that there are less people watching wrestling. There's less interest in it, but the audience is spread out. And I think with Cena coming back, and of course Goldberg, but Goldberg coming back too is only going to fuel the fire, and I think it's going to build up people's interest a little bit more.
I just came in. I want to chime in on what you guys were talking about. Um, I got a question for Michael and the fans. Do you think with this edgier approach by sliding suggestive words in their promos and stuff, do you think number one, USA is going to allow them? And number two, how long do you think that could possibly go for?
I think USA will allow it because it's USA's program, it's USA's ratings, and so it's USA advertising money. So USA has an incentive to get eyes on the program. All right.
Oh yeah.
So I think they're going to let it get edgier. I don't believe you're going to have edginess like back in the day when Sable was stripping off her clothes on TV.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to maybe TV 14 type of thing. All right.
So they're probably going to try to follow AEW's lead, you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think, as much as they want to say that AEW is not a competition for them, they're not so stupid as to not look at what's working and what's not working, right? So they're going to see, hey, these people are picking up steam. We're losing steam. People seem to like this. Let's go that way.
Oh yes, I believe so too. Yeah, I mean it's but yeah, it was totally different. I mean, it wasn't so much. It seemed like they took out some of the things that they normally do. You didn't hear as far as like when a couple when McIntyre came out and shocked them with that chair. You didn't hear the music. So it was a shock. It was like it used to be. So I saw that and a few other things I saw that was like it used to be. So
yeah, you had your hands all over that. That was you put that in the show right there.
Yeah, whatever, Chris. All right, man. But we're gonna move on from that. And we'll talk about the first match, man. AJ Styles, John Morrison, and AJ with his big
Omos.
His name Omos. Versus Riddle and the Minnesota Vikings. The Viking Raiders.
Yeah, so it's the Las Vegas Vikings.
Yeah,
the Viking Raiders.
yeah. There you
go. So I've been trying for a long time to like the Viking Raiders. Still can't pull it off. Try to lie to myself. I still don't even believe myself when I'm lying.
They were good when they were in New Japan. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. The only reason to me the Viking Raiders had a tick up in this matchup because Omos is just that bad. He can make anybody look better than what they really are.
Yeah. Yes.
As far as I'm concerned, unless they need to pull him off and get him doing something to get better because he is just like the old Great Khali, not the young Great Khali, but the old Great Khali. He's stiff. He moves like a robot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe a dang thing that he does, to be honest with you. And he's very limited. He makes everybody else work harder. And if I'm one of the everybody else, I'm kind of bitter about it, to be honest with you. So,
he's kind of losing his intimidation factor too. If you ask me, I don't know about as far as the way it's coming off with the wrestlers, but with the fans, I believe. I don't believe it as much as I did at first. The more he speaks and the more he talks, come on, get up, and he's making those noises and all that. It's gotten old,
and it got old quick. It got old very quick.
We know how strong you are. We know you have this power and you can do certain things. He can do certain things as far as power. He can overpower his opponents. Right. His size is is a factor that comes into play. We know that. But he's slow. And like you say, he makes the people that he's wrestling look better than they actually are.
But you know what? You know what I think, Harry? Honestly, I really think he is more athletic than we actually give him credit for.
Oh, he is.
But somebody in the back wants him to play the typical 1950 big guy.
All right. Well, that sucks. I want to see him do something.
Yeah.
And if it's just me, I would probably go out and do something a little bit athletic and take a yelling at. Just, I mean, give me one thing. Give me one thing for hope. You know?
Yeah, I mean, do a leap. You can do a leapfrog or something, you know? I mean,
I don't know.
But I'm just saying, because, okay, prime example, when the Big Show came to WWE,
right?
If you saw him in WCW, he could basically do anything everybody else could do.
Right.
I mean, he could do drop kicks, moonsaults, or whatever. You know, he could do all that kind of stuff. But when he got to WWE, they were like, no, you are a giant. You basically stay in one spot, punch, kick, and scream. And that's what they're doing with Omos. Even though I know he's got talent, we know this. He can probably do an arm drag, a hip toss, or something. You know,
but Big Show had personality at least.
Yeah, that's true.
This is true. This is true.
And people knew. People already knew that Big Show could do all those things. I mean, it was just, you know, both of the companies were so big at that time. Everybody knew, you know, when anybody crossed over. So, you know,
but like Michael said, me personally, I would do something just for number one, an off factor.
Right.
You know, because people just used to me looking like a damn Frankenstein with no knees. Yeah. And then, you know, break out a hip toss or an arm drag or a leapfrog. A dude that big. That would, I mean, that would blow anybody's mind because you're so used to him just, you know?
Yeah. Well,
and then when I get to the back, it's going to be what it's going to be.
Well,
but then I'm going to be like, okay, you're yelling at me, but did you hear the crowd when I did it?
I think they just want everybody to play off his power. You know, I think they just want to impress everybody with his power and say, look at this monster, you know. So he probably could do a few more things, but if he has to force his way out of there so he can go somewhere else and put all that in his repertoire and come come back into AEW or somewhere and do it, you know, or come back.
Not to get on a tirade on this, but prime example. Everybody says Hogan is his 5 moves of death.
Right.
All right. Prime example. We all saw Hogan punch, Hulk up, boot, leg drop, whatever, bear hug, and all that crap. Okay. Yeah. And for the longest, that's what everybody thought he could only do.
That's true.
And then you look on YouTube. If you don't believe me, fans, look on YouTube if you haven't seen it. That match with him and Great Muta. He was doing stuff I didn't even know he could do.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful match, even though they just showed clips of it. I mean, he was out there leapfrogging, arm dragging.
So what happens? What happens there is wrestlers. Some wrestlers show off everything that they can do, and I'm not the guy that advocates for that. I'm a guy that says, do what you need to do, and then show off something new every once in a while to keep people leaning forward.
True.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens, man. If he's gonna stay with the status quo or whatever.
Yeah. I was thinking about Hogan on this thing too, but like when he first came to WCW and he started wrestling Flair, he did a lot more than he did in WWE. So you're right about that, Chris. But back to the match. I thought it was a pretty good match. You know, and basically because of John Morrison and AJ Styles and Riddle. The Viking Raiders was decent.
They could have did better. They could have did way better.
But I thought they did pretty good. Pretty good. And like I was saying earlier, I think when Omos got in there against those two, when Omos entered the ring, he made those two look faster. He made them look more fluid in the ring. So so they look better, man. So overall, because of the talent that was in the ring with Styles, and Morrison and Riddle, I give the match a 4.
Did you say 4, like the number after 3?
No, he's
I
giving
said
the talent he just named. He's
the
giving
talent.
them a
I said
4.
because of the talent in the ring, I give it a 4 because they actually put together some good stuff in there in the match. So I give it a 4.
Okay. I guess in that case, I'm going to give it a 2, so we can actually give it to the 3 that it really deserves.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna bump it up, man. I'm gonna bump it way up. I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
Oh wow, dude. And to tell you the truth, I had it at 3 at first, but you know, I had to take Omos out of the picture, and
now if it was just Omos, if Omos wasn't in the match, and let's say he was just on the outside,
that'd been better.
Yeah,
that would have been better if he was just like an enforcer or something.
Right.
Exactly. Then all you expect is that clothesline or that big punch or a boot from on the outside when the referee's not looking.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know, and I didn't want Omos to ruin the match for me. So I mean, I didn't. I was watching this thing and I was like, man, I'm not gonna let this guy with all this. I like him as a presence, but I'm so sick of that, you know, just growling and everything like that. Come here, you know, I got you and everything. Mm-hmm. I've gotten tired of that. So
yeah, come on, he's Chewbacca, just a bad one.
What you say now? Yeah, what?
Chewbacca.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said. but man, so you know, so that's the reason I gave it the rating I gave it. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a 3, because we got a 2 and a 2.5. To bring that on down to a 3. So we're going to move on to Elias versus Jackson Riker. What y'all think about that match?
Typical hardcore match.
It's a hardcore match just with musical instruments.
Right.
Yeah, typical hardcore match.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm pretty ticked off about this. You know, me being a composer and all that. I didn't like that. Them destroying those instruments, and plus it wasn't a great match, and you know those guys just what they did to those instruments, and I mean those instruments were on the lower end price wise, so you know
there was damaged equipment.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Oh, of course.
But as far as the match go, man, it like I expected what I saw. You know, and I thought they stayed outside of the ring too much. I know why they stayed out because the equipment was out there, but they could have dragged some of that equipment in and maybe use it. And then at the end, you know, maybe at the third of the match, go out there and use the grand piano, and then use the cello. What they have, cello out there?
Yeah, cello.
Yeah.
Use the cello or whatever after they use, you know, because you had a couple guitars. You had they had a fiddle,
a gong.
Actually, it was a standing bass, not a cello.
Yeah, yes, it was standing.
Oh, standing. Okay.
Yes,
mm-hmm.
But I don't.
It was all about the bass, no cello.
Yes, but it was okay, man. It was okay. But for some reason, man, I was just stone faced during the match. I had the gas face on, Chris.
I'd like to argue with you,
okay.
mostly because it's fun, and so I'm racking my brain here trying to find something to pick apart and to disagree with, but I'm coming up blank. I like Elias. I love the Walk with Elias. WWE stands for Walk with Elias. I think that's great. Yeah. I think they had an opportunity to push him a year ago and failed to do so.
Mm-hmm.
And as a standalone, I kind of like Riker.
Mm-hmm. I like Riker.
But the two of them together, I think it's just stale.
Yes, that's
yeah.
And maybe hopefully this is the end of that, and they can go on to other things.
Yeah,
I hope so too.
Yeah, it just.
Yeah, they just need to move on. Like, Me personally, if I was Riker, I would have just took the gong off the handles and just beat Elias across the head and the back with it until he just couldn't take it no more.
But
I mean, like I said, it's a typical hardcore match with instruments.
Yeah.
The end.
Right.
You can only get so creative, man. I mean,
that's true. But still, like I said, I gave the match, man, 3, but I bump it up to a 3.5 because of the superflex between the two tables, man. I had to bump it up to a 3.5.
You gave it a what? Oh,
I gave it a 3.5, man. At first, I had it at a 3.
I wish you were my high school teacher because I'd have gotten straight A's instead of the D's and F's that I got.
I had it
Thank
at 3,
you.
man, to the end. Michael, you the one who wanted to argue with me, man, and try to find something in there.
Yeah, I agreed that this thing was as crappy as you were describing, and I was going to give it a grade accordingly.
But man, I had to give it a little bit more credit, man. I just had to, man.
For what? Their entrance?
Man. Man, Chris, I'm trying to find things, man, to make these matches, man, stand out a little bit better. So at the end, I can give the overall.
Okay, that let me know right now. You on the take, man. Somebody paying you for this BS, man. You on the take.
Maybe it's the guy, man, who wanted us to do a little promoting,
yeah, he unsugared your pockets. That's what he did.
Yeah, evidently, Harry's auditioning for WWE, and I'm auditioning for AEW because.
Jeez, and I guess I'm just auditioning for Ring Crew.
Okay, what you guys give this match, man?
2.5.
2.5.
I give it a 1.
You give it 1 star, Chris?
A 1.
Oh my gosh, man! Wow.
The best part was
I'm
the
glad
entrance
Chris
when
is
they
not
came
my high
out.
school teacher.
I'm trying to tell you, that was the best part, the entrance, man, because it was a typical hardcore match with instruments.
Yeah, that's true, man.
How many? The only thing that was missing was the hardcore championship.
Yes. Well,
that's the only thing that was missing.
I'm with Michael. It was stale, man. It just, it was stale, and it became a standstill in the show.
And you still giving it a 3.5?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I'm straight up, man. I'm standing on that, man.
But you about to bust your ass. So you gonna fall.
All right, man. Let's roll on from that, man. Because like I say, if I talk about that anymore, man, I'm just gonna be down the whole time, man.
All right. Well, it's not gonna get much better. Just so you know, I know what the next match is.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm gonna talk about Mansoor and Ali segment, just a little bit first before we go over to the next match. It wasn't really nothing. It's just Mansoor. It's like he was like begging Ali. What is Ali? But this guy's name is spelled Mustafa, but they call him Mustafa.
Who's calling it Mustafa?
They call him Mustafa. So at one point last week, that's what I was trying to talk about Chris when we did that other podcast last time we was talking. I was saying, Chris, what is his name? Chris was like Mustafa. I said, that's the way it's spelled. That's the way I was thinking. But they were calling him Mustafa. And something.
What kind of backwood redneck people are running that outfit?
Mustafa, and they were saying Mustafa. First, he changed his name. And then when she was talking to him the other night, man, when she talking to him on Raw, she called him.
That's right. We're in that stage of this country where you can spell your name Pink, but it's pronounced Michael.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So I'm like, why is this guy calling himself Mustafa? But we're
screw those clowns. It's Mustafa Ali.
Yeah, it's
Mustafa. Mustafa Ali.
Yeah. And man, Sheamus didn't like it that he had to wrestle this Humberto guy again. Sheamus was the next person came out, man.
And I'm surprised, honest to God, I am surprised Sheamus hasn't given him a receipt yet. I would have get Michael, you break my nose. I don't care if it was on accident or on purpose. You catch every time we wrestle, I'm giving you a receipt just on principle alone.
Well,
would you?
He seemed pretty upset in the match, man. When he wrestles this guy, what is the second time? I think he's wrestled him since then.
And Michael was chilling with a GQ pose, okay, but
I don't know, man. But we gotta move on to Baszler. and Nia Jax versus Natalya and Tamina?
Well, I actually thought this match was going to be a bomb.
Mm-hmm.
And to a degree it was. To a degree it was. It didn't quite let me down.
Okay.
But
okay.
I'm just gonna cut to the chase. The best part to me when they got rid of Reggie.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Because now they can have their edge back.
Okay.
Because Reggie was taken away from their edge, in my opinion. He's making them soft. Nia was supposed to be falling in love with this dude. She was getting soft. And yeah. Well, that was the best part to me, man, when they got rid of Reggie.
Big women need love too, man.
I know.
All right, Michael, what you think about it?
I think these are the same tag teams fighting each other.
Very similar. Very similar.
One set of these people should be on SmackDown.
I agree.
So, I guess I used to like Nia Jax a while ago. I've never been a fan of Tamina.
Mm-hmm.
Likewise.
Natalya's solid. I love Natalya all the way up until she went into that whole crying all the time thing, crying because my daddy died or brother died or whatever died, or he got rid of something that belonged to one of them. I'm crying. Glad they got over that. So I'm liking her again.
Okay.
But this match did not improve upon this show.
Right.
It just said, we are going to confirm the show is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know, man. And Chris, man, I know you're down on this match, and Michael, it don't seem to impress you too much either. But I was kind of down on it too a little bit. But like I say, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and be honest. I did what I could to try to make the match better in my eyes. So.
What'd you do? Just hit pause on that and watch something from 1984 and then go back to it, or how'd you make that better?
I watched the match twice, man. Okay. I watched it twice. And so now, man, Nia Jax, I mean, she's a powerhouse, man. I mean, she even though she might have gotten a little soft with Reggie, her love for Reginald, but man, she came in there and she took command of the match. Shayna Baszler, she does what she does. She has that attitude that where she wants to dominate and she wants to control everything. But Tamina and Natalya, man, they still a great tag team. I think they do a lot of good things in there.
I'd rather see Nia and Natalya than Tamina.
Yeah, that would be great. Tamina, yeah. I'm not too impressed with Tamina, but
her moveset is limited for a woman.
Yeah, but with,
I mean, super kick, punch, headbutt,
everything,
power slam, flying splash, the end.
Right, but she looks good with Tamina, though. I mean, she looks good with Natalya. If you ask me, I think they look good together. But Tamina does. She is limited in what she can do, and it's like they make sure that she's not in there long enough to where she can bring the match down to where she can. And I think when it boils down to it, I think she kind of hurts Natalya too.
Yeah.
So I mean, Natalya is a lot more talented than what she's showing, but she's gonna her style is gonna work off of Tamina. So she's only gonna do a certain amount of things to where it's gonna complement her partner. So I don't know, man. I don't know, but still, I gave the match a 3.5 though. So
Where you pulling these numbers out your ass from, man?
Oh man, I gave the match 3.5, man.
I think there might be a little bit of confusion here. The scale that we agreed upon was 1 to 5, not 3 to 5.
I gave it a 3.5 stars, man. It's a 3.5 star match, man.
All right, I'm going 2.5 again. And Chris is like 1.
Pretty much, because like I said, the highlight to me was when they got rid of Reggie. So 1.
Okay, look, man. Look, okay. You two been watching wrestling lately. I mean, over the years. I stopped, okay? And if I think like you thinking, Chris, I wouldn't watch this stuff, man. I would not watch it. I'd be like, no, flip it away.
You're under contract. You're going to watch it whether you like it or not.
Dude, I told you, and I've look. I don't know if I've said this on the podcast or not. If it wasn't for the podcast, I wouldn't watch Raw at all.
Yeah, I know, man, but it looks better to me. It's looking better, Chris. And you know, there was times.
I know what it is. I figured it out. I know what it is.
What?
You trying to make up for that lost time when you weren't watching wrestling. That's what it is.
Maybe.
That's what it is.
No, man. Look, there was times that I didn't like that Mid-Atlantic was slow and it was garbage. I thought it was times when Jim Crockett Promotions, this thing wasn't hitting like it was supposed to be. It was times when WCW was like that too, and I found a way to. No, it was kind of hard to enjoy it, but I did. I found a way. So I don't know, man. I'm getting excited about wrestling, man, and these matches are looking better than I think they would have been looking for me a couple months ago. So
this match was so bad that they had to throw in the 24/7 thing just to elevate it.
Thank you.
All right, man.
And the highlight of this whole match was Reggie winning the 24/7 match, and now you actually get to see him do his thing.
Man, that Reggie thing, yeah, I think it'll be exciting. I look forward to watching Reggie do his thing and all that, man. But Reggie, man, he loved his jacket. I guess he didn't want them chasing him. They take the title back. But I don't like that 24/7 thing, man. But it was kind of funny though when they come running out. They was chasing, what's the guy's name? Akira. What's his name? What's his last name?
Tozawa.
I thought it was Tozawa. I just didn't want to say it wrong because you can say there you go with those names again. But when they came chasing after him, and yeah, that was a highlight of the match. And you're right, Michael. It brought some excitement out there that wasn't there.
Right. And I don't like the 24/7 thing either. So if the 24/7 thing is bad, but they used it to make something else better,
And you still give it a 3.5.
Yeah, I'm sticking with my guns, man.
Good. Well, I'm
being generous with the 2.5.
All right, 2.5 and Chris 1. So that's a 2. So we're going to bring this thing down.
It's about to go downhill from here.
Man, we'll bring it down to a 2.5, man. Okay? Because that 1 that you gave it, man, just brought it way down. So we're going to go.
Oh, it's about to get better. Because trust me, it's about to go downhill in Sunday shoes with Crisco on the bottom of them.
All right, man. Let's go on to the next match then. What did you think about Alberto against Sheamus? Humberto against Sheamus. Humberto Carrillo.
I feel bad that Sheamus doesn't have anyone to fight. So Sheamus was a guy that you wanted to look at on TV some years ago. He's like, I want to watch that. Now, what is Sheamus up to? Now, since he doesn't have anybody to fight, really, it's Sheamus is going to be doing something, but it doesn't really matter because he has nobody to do it to.
Right.
Humberto Carrillo or Carrillo, however you want to pronounce it, he's not the guy.
No. Humberto tried, man. He gave it all he had. Sheamus, man. Sheamus, I was impressed, man. Okay, I knew about Sheamus. Okay, I did tune in and stay up on wrestling some, so I've known about him for a while, and yeah, I like Sheamus. I think he's a tough guy. He gets the job done. Man, he's a hard hitter, man. He's believable. You know, what this Carrillo guy, he made him look good. I mean, the strikes, this guy's kicks and all that, you know, they look good. They look good when he was striking Sheamus, man, but it was too much for him, too much power, too hard hitting, pretty much. So I like the match, man. I'm not going to give a score yet, but I like the match. I want to hear what y'all think first. Look at Chris. Boy, that look you giving, man.
Man, okay. Like I said, man. If I was Sheamus, this dude wouldn't be walking.
Okay.
You broke my nose.
Yes.
I don't care if it was accident on purpose. You broke my nose. You're gonna be hurting in places you didn't even know you had places by the time I get done with you. I'm gonna literally, if they tell me before we go out, all right, your match is only 5 to 10 minutes, I am literally going to stretch you from Arkansas to mid-Asia and bring you back through Kansas. I am going to pull your ligaments out of joint. I'm going to hurt you. I might even take your arm or leg off and beat you with it. For the
so you think Sheamus should pull a New Jack on him, huh?
I would. Harry. Man, no. You got to understand. Okay, in wrestling, accidents happen. Okay, we get it. We understand. The whole purpose is
I'll get back
you out there to make it look real as possible, but to be safe as possible. That's the whole thing. Make it believable, but be safe. That didn't look safe. He just cocked back and just nailed him. I mean, it looked. Yeah, I no.
There's a couple of things here. Couple missed opportunities. One, it could have been a 5-star match, except they didn't do anything that you just described, Christopher. So that's why it can't be a 5-star match. The other missed opportunity was before the match ever started, and then he was doing the promo with what's her face, talking about his broken nose. I wanted him with every fiber of my being to say, he made my nose look like yours. Every fiber of my being, I wanted him to say that, and he failed.
Yikes. That's cold, man. That's cold.
For that reason,
But the match to me, man, honestly, the match to me,
the match should have been a squash match that lasted about 3 minutes. Maybe the bell never even rang because it ended up in a no contest because Humberto was being poured into a bucket and hauled back before the match ever began.
Exactly, because literally, man, it looked like Sheamus is a bully and he's in school, and there's only one person to bully. So you get to see the same horse and buggy show all over again, and it's old. I mean, because they're never gonna put the strap on whatever his name is, Humberto or whatever his name is.
No. To tap this thing out here is, to this point, as bad as this was, to this point, it was the best match so far of the show.
I think so too. Wow,
Yeah.
Chris, man.
I can't think of. I was looking at the other matches. I didn't see anything better.
No, but think about it, Harry. Think about it. We all saw the show, and think about it. If that is the best match, dude.
Oh yeah, we're not looking at a 4.5 star rating for the show as a whole today. Absolutely not.
If a squash match is your best match out the whole show.
So to me, this was a 3. It was everything you expected and nothing more.
I'm gonna be nice and give it a 2.
God.
And Harry's over here going, I was thinking 4.5.
Oh, I gave it a 4, man. I gave it a 4, man. I struggled to give it a 4.
No, are you kidding me?
I gotta make sure, man. I'm looking, man. I'm sure I gave it a 4.
How do you give a squash? Oh my God! Hold on, I gotta go get an Advil. My head hurts. Oh God! How?
This episode of the Straight Up Wrestling Show is brought to you by Advil and Advil Migraine.
Oh my God! How?
Man, Chris.
How?
Man, Chris is getting paid, man. I'm telling you, somebody has.
You're the one coming up with these 5 and 6 star matches.
Man, somebody has gotten in this guy's ear, man. You been talking to Ted Turner, man?
Oh
Ted Turner must be coming back into the business. Rupert Murdoch or somebody, man. Somebody who can't stand Vince McMahon. You've been talking to somebody.
How? Ooh.
Chris,
Ooh.
it was better than a 2.
It is problematic when the Asian sensation has to be the voice of reason around here.
How? I'm about to start crying. How?
It's better than a 2, man. It's better than a 2. I'm going with a 4.
You gave it a what?
I gave it a 4, man.
And I gave it a 3. So we're going to roll with 3, and we're going to let Chris have a little bit of a seizure here. We're about to roll on to the next match, but before we do, remember to ring that notification bell, ding, 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 to subscribe.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
Oh, and he groans that out. And what else do we want to do, Chris?
Oh my God, we want you to be part of the show because we want to talk with you, not at you. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Man, Chris can't take it, man. Chris can't take it.
You about to get, you literally have me in, oh my, Harry, I ain't about to cry. This is unreal.
I don't know what's up with you, man. But
so we come up with Harry's favorite match, the Bobby Lashley Open Challenge.
Oh my God!
All right, Chris, man. Since you tripping over here, man. I mean, you just about to cry and all that. I'm gonna let you start off with this match. What you think about it, man?
Oh,
I was gonna do it, but I'm going to let you start off with it.
I'm just gonna say this. I'm not even gonna get in the match because you knew who was gonna win. No matter who it was, you knew Lashley was gonna go over.
That doesn't matter, Chris. That's not what we're here for. We're here to critique the match, man, and say what we think about the match.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you what I think about it.
We knew
Keith Lee shouldn't have came back.
No, he shouldn't have came back.
This match was worse than the previous match.
I said, Keith Lee shouldn't have came back.
No, he shouldn't.
Because they made him look stupid.
I don't
know. And we already know Keith Lee's a big boy, but he looked even bigger.
I don't know if they made him look stupid.
Oh.
When it goes down to it, I don't know if they made him look stupid. He probably made himself look stupid.
The only way he made himself look stupid is by coming back.
Yes. Well, Keith Lee looked like, man, he's always been a big guy. Okay. Now I've known about him. I knew about him when he was in ROH and when he did a couple of independents, so I've known about him. But Keith Lee looks like he's always been a big guy, but he looks like a big guy that's out of shape. He didn't look like a big guy that was in shape. He barely could move. And it's like, I think he was supposed to do a little bit better in this match, But man, he picked he started off. He picked Lashley up when and took Lashley to the turnbuckle. Did a couple of threw him outside the ring. And when he went out there, man, I think he gave out. He didn't have no more stamina. He gave out, and man, and Lashley just went ahead and dominated him from there. Man, I mean, I don't think it's supposed to went down like that. I really don't. I believe he's supposed to got beat pretty convincingly, but I don't think that match supposed to actually went down like that. I think Keith Lee, he just so out of shape, man, that he couldn't perform.
All right, I think it went down exactly the way they wanted it to go down. Okay. And I think that he's being punished because he's got legit heat backstage, heat just like Rusev and Lana, and so the way the WWE works is they like to destroy their own company. When you have heat, they take away something from your character, you get squashed, everybody hates you. But when everybody hates you, everybody hates your product, and that's something that WWE needs to learn. So Lee did exactly what he was told to do, because he's trying to get back into good graces and have something, but it's never going to happen. He's going to get kicked to the curb as soon as his contract is up, because they're not going to let him out of it. He's not that expensive, so they'd rather punish him and lose the money than to save the money and let him go.
It was embarrassing, man. Either way,
Keith Lee. So Mark Henry's a big guy.
Yeah.
Keith Lee is a big guy.
Mm-hmm.
Henry is muscle big. Lee is pizza big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
this is true. Well, I mean, the only reason Keith Lee came back because it was in his hometown.
Yeah,
and then Harry's favorite part of this match.
Cheap pop off him.
Harry's favorite part was the return of Goldberg.
Oh gosh!
Like I said, it goes downhill from here.
Oh, Bloom, man, it's Goldberg. Man, he don't even look intimidating no more. I mean, he looked intimidating as a biker, maybe going into a bar or whatever. But I mean, he doesn't look very intimidating as far as in wrestling to me, no more. But maybe if he was facing somebody else instead of going up and getting into Bobby Lashley's face, he would have looked intimidating. So I mean, that just didn't come off well to me.
And you see, Bobby Lashley was pissed about it.
Yeah, he was pissed about it.
So we're all agreed that this is a 1.5 match. Does that sound right?
I'm not gonna say it's 1.5. I'm gonna give it at least 3.5.
Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh my God! Oh my God! What the? Oh God! Oh God!
I'm gonna give it at least 3.5 because of Lashley. I'm not giving
So you giving Lashley a 3.5? You ain't giving the match a 3.5.
I'm giving Lashley a 3.5. I'm giving I'm giving Keith Lee a 1.5.
So what would you give the overall match?
Overall match, let's say give it a 2.5, 3.
Man, okay. About time you making some sense. You coming back to your senses finally. You finally coming to your senses because you had me scared, man. You had me. Man,
let's just end this Raw session, man, and just say the whole thing was garbage and give the scores on the next 3 matches.
Karrion Kross shows up.
Oh gosh, man.
That was wow. I don't know who he pissed off in the back, but that was not a good way to make your debut.
I did not like that at all.
I loved it. And it's not for the quality of the match or anything. This is what I loved about it. I love having a top dog get a promotion and lose, because now you're back at the bottom of the ladder in a bigger pond. I mean, you're the little fish in a big pond. Right. Instead of being the big fish in a little pond previously. So I do like the concept of losing your first match in the call-up. That's what I loved about it. Now, talk about the match and everything. The other thing I liked about this match, and I think this is going to be the only 2 things I liked about it, was Jeff Hardy cheating.
Okay.
That was a shocker. That was definitely a shocker. I would have never seen Jeff do something like that. That was a shocker.
Mm-hmm.
Well, man, to tell you the truth, Karrion Kross didn't look too overwhelming against Jeff Hardy. Against Jeff Hardy, I mean, as far as the size, you know, though in comparison, as far as the size go, he did not overwhelm. His size wasn't over. You know, he wasn't
right. So
you know, it was comparable, and he just didn't look as intimidating as he does in NXT. So,
well, because everybody's bigger on Raw.
Oh,
so you see that, and I was afraid that when I was expecting a SummerSlam call up. I think we talked about that before. So they brought him in early. Might have been a smart thing to do. He's an Intercontinental title guy, not a heavyweight world champion title guy. And this match showed that. So this match kind of teased to, at least to me, the way I took it is, this is his thing. He's not going to be going against a Roman Reigns or a Bobby Lashley or Drew McIntyre type of thing. He's going to be one notch down. So that's what I liked about it. Overall, the match, it wasn't, it wasn't a 5-star match. It was run of the mill. The most exciting part was the debut.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm down with that.
I gave it a 3. That's exactly what I wrote down.
Hey, we're all agreed.
Unbelievable.
Maybe the show won't tank so bad after all. It's crazy.
We got opportunity because we get the Charlotte via Ripley.
Ooh, I got something to say about that.
All right, Chris, you go first.
Spoiler, if you didn't see it, Charlotte's getting punished. And I love it. I love it.
Okay.
Is she getting punished? Or is this going to be another round of 5 matches and 5 championships so they can add to her count?
I think she's getting punished. Honestly.
I hope so. I'm afraid that she's going to win it 3 more times by WrestleMania.
Oh, wow.
But I just like the notion that she won it and she was a transitional champion. I love it. And I didn't catch it at first, and I was like, now why would they give it to Nikki Cross just that quick? And then I thought it makes sense. She's getting punished.
Yeah, well, she getting punished
flipping everybody off Sunday. She's getting punished.
Well, for what? Why is she getting punished?
Flipping everybody off. That's why she's getting punished.
Look, man, I don't have.
And I loved it.
Yeah.
Your name is not bigger than ours.
There it is.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that's the way to treat your stars, man.
I think it absolutely is. That is USA Network.
Yes.
That is millions of dollars.
That's true.
All right. And that is, you can't let your stars be bigger than your show.
No, you can't.
You can't let her do stuff because when she does it, then somebody else does it, and then the other person gets punished and she doesn't. You get real problems.
Yeah.
So I think that she kind of forced them into that, and Chris, I think you're spot on. I think you're spot on. And quite honestly, I think it was fortunate because, one, it tells me that I'm kind of an idiot because I said you can't put the belt on Nikki ASH, right? And they just did. So they said, screw you, Asian Sensation. What do you know?
Yeah, they watched that show, man.
But it returns some of the unpredictability that the show has really lost.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I'm glad Nikki got it. I'm glad Nikki won it. I look forward to seeing her defend it for a short time. It's going to be a short time.
It will be a short time.
There's no ends and buts about that. But I like Charlotte and Rhea matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, they match up so good.
Yes,
They match
yes,
up so good.
It is a great matchup, and I love their matches. So I was kind of looking forward to that back and forth, and hopefully they get back to that soon, man. And get this belt off. Once they get this belt off Nikki, Rhea or Charlotte takes it from her, or maybe somebody else might get it from her, and then one of those get it back. But those two right now should always be in the running for maybe the next 4 or 5 months for that title, because they're the best. To me, they're the best in the business. They're the best in WWE right now.
I'd like to see them team or be in the same stable or something like that. I
thought about that too.
I like to see them kind of look at each other and go, "How the hell did that happen?" You know?
Yeah, that's so
we
simple.
We completely ignored her, and she got the briefcase. Then we completely ignored her afterwards, and now she's got the belt.
Yep.
You know.
Now, one thing I would like to see somebody at least get a shot at the title. Shayna Baszler. With her athletic moveset and everything.
Yeah, I just
but
want
the only
more...
thing she's really missing is a true personality of a champion.
Bingo. I would like to see her get personality.
Right.
But other than that, she's got her bases covered.
She has the personality of like a left guard in football.
Yikes.
All right. So I'm not saying that she's big and ugly. I'm like, a left guard in football, very valuable. Run to the left. You need someone that can move other people and that type of thing.
Right.
But you never interview them.
Yes.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
You never track them down in the locker room saying, "Oh, we need to interview this guy."
Mm-hmm.
So that's what she is. I mean, she's very strong, capable, but not somebody that you seek an interview with.
That's true.
But I would like to at least see her, at least like you say, Mark, in that chase.
Yeah.
Where is the female Paul Heyman? Where's Paula Heyman?
Right. But yeah, I think she would be.
She's an AEW. Her name's Britt Baker.
She's better because she wrestles.
Yeah.
There you go.
But what do y'all think about that match right there last night? It was okay. I mean, I don't think it was a great. I don't think it was great, but I think it was really good. I don't think it was. I'm comparing it to their last match before.
Yeah, their last match was a 5. All right.
Oh, God,
yeah. So I think this one was more of a 3.5 compared to that other one.
Yeah,
but I jump it up to a 4 to almost a 4.5 because of Nikki ASH and the cash in.
Right. And you know what? I did not see that until today. I turned it off before Nikki came out and pinned her. Because I think I had to go to the store or something. I walked out the when the disqualification with Charlotte and Rhea, and I walked out. I didn't, and I was watching it again today, and I saw that. So that Nikki came out there, and I was like, my mouth was wide open, man. But hey, they kept saying she was almost a superhero. So now, man, she can say, "I am a superhero. I've crossed over."
She's crossed over.
So many jokes.
Yeah. But and what time is it, guys?
It's 7:30.
7:30. Wow, man.
So we've been at this for 58 minutes.
Yeah, almost time for NXT Fighter Fest night. Dose.
Well, Michael, you got to leave at 8, right?
Yeah, I've got to leave here a little bit. I've got another interview. I'm bringing in some people in King Enterprises on with this into this podcast. It's with the person up in Ohio. So okay. King Enterprises is looking to expand, going nationwide, get out of the Carolinas, not leave the Carolinas, expand beyond the Carolinas. So that's what I've got going on next.
Oh, cool.
He's starting to peek out the box and seeing what's out there over the edge.
So what is
so let's talk about a box. Everybody says think outside the box, and everybody's wrong. All right? Everybody is wrong. You do not think outside the box. You expand your box. All right? When you drop something outside the box, you don't have access to it anymore. you expand your box so that encompasses that, and you can reach out to that piece time and time again. So
Right.
don't think outside the box. Expand your box.
Okay. So what y'all get Raw
Getting
as
deep
overall?
on that one, man. Wow. Philosophical almost.
I give that episode of Raw, because it ended well, a 3.
Okay. Chris?
I agree with Michael. I give it a 3 because of the last match.
All right, 3.5.
All right. And it sounds like Harry's overruled and we're going with a 3.
Yeah, y'all can go with 3, man. Y'all make me mad.
Harry wanted to give it a 7.8.
But yeah, we'll go with a 3. We'll go with 3 stars. But I think it's getting better. I think it was better.
Let's not get carried away, because I thought the episode before Money in the Bank was better than the one after.
That's true. That's true. That's why I was about to say that I've seen better. I've seen, I think, 2 within the last couple months that was better than this year.
Right. So just remember, we had a dud AEW not too long ago. So these things will happen from time to time, and we can't be afraid to call a dud a dud.
That's true. That's true. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and end this episode. And before we end this episode, we like for you to hit like, share,
subscribe,
ding, 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 hit that notification bell.
That's right, ding, ding, ding from Michael King. All right.
All right, I'm Harry Bernard Taylor with my man Michael King,
the Asian sensation,
and Chris Burton,
the People's Podcaster. And one last note: if you are watching this or watch it when we post this, follow us on our new Facebook fan page.
That's it.
Follow us on our Facebook fan page, where we will be talking to you. If you have anything that you want us to talk about, whatever it may be inside the world of wrestling, hit us up on the Facebook fan page. We will respond and let us know.
Yes. All right, signing off. Until next time, Harry Bernard Taylor and Straight Up Wrestling Podcast with my 2 guys, and we'll see you next time.
Peace be the journey.
Bye.